Hello everybody, welcome to the United Stands. I'm Mark Goldbridge and have I got a big topic for you about Ruben Amorim that I just have to get off my chest. So, it's about results apparently. Ruben Amorim today talking about how it's just about winning matches, and I actually completely disagree. And when asked about giving belief to the fans, all we got was, well, it's not the time to say that, it's the time to show. I'm not saying this is the last wriggling of a manager that's caught on a hook he can't get off. But I do feel like when I look at the most important people a part of any football club, it's the fans. We're the biggest, the opinion matters. When you look at Ruben Amorim and he's talking about results, I think that's a very selfish opinion, and I get it, but results will keep him in a job. When I think about Ineos, results will keep them looking stupid from not looking stupid because Amorim was their guy. Do you think it's as simple as results? Now, some of you are going to be screaming, going, Goldbridge, and being a prat. Of course it's about results. Well, it's a results business, but if we beat Sunderland tomorrow with a last-minute deflection, we win the game, but we don't play well. We've got Liverpool after the international break and we get beat. We're right back here now. If we play against Sunderland tomorrow and it's 3-3 in one of the best Premier League games ever and it's a brilliant game of football and everyone just goes, you couldn't split the teams, it was brilliant, and he picks a team that you can believe in, surely that's more of a step forward than just winning the game. I mean, he said himself, we need to win tomorrow so we can enjoy the break. Enjoy the break. You've lost 3 games out of your first 7, even if you beat Sunderland, and the club's a mess. You're still playing a guy in midfield who shouldn't be there. You've got older centre-backs at the back, Binder in goal. It's not, Manchester United just can't be about results. That's what I'm saying. And I think we hear this all the time. It's about winning matches. But we're not bloody Burnley. We're not Burnley. Like Burnley for them, every result, keep themselves in the Premier League, hopefully. That's what it's all about. Ironically, when we beat Burnley at Old Trafford a few weeks ago, that literally was the definition of a result. Last minute penalty, nearly blew the game we should have won. A 3-2 win, well, it's a win. Chelsea. That's our last time at Old Trafford. Against 10 men, holding on at the end. We're down to 10 men, but at least we get the 3 points. It's a result. What I'm trying to say is, and I think I'm right about this, are you sat there as a Man United fan going, it's just about results? Because we've had results. We beat Burnley, we beat Chelsea, but did you come out of those games going, yeah, I feel good about Man United? Or did you just go, I'm glad we won? We have to be bigger than results. And if we've got a manager and a team that thinks it's just about results, then we're in big, big trouble because we're just in survival mode. And that explains to me a lot why he's going for Binder in goal, because he's a little bit more experienced. Why he's going for Maguire and Shaw, because they're more experienced than Yoro and Heaven. Why he's going for Bruno in the midfield, because he's more experienced than Mainu. It might be why he's doing it, because it's just a lock-in on results. But you can't be. In year 2, year 1, whatever you want to call it, he did have last season. He's had a pre-season. He's had some signings. It can't just be about results in early October is what I'm saying. And that's all we're starting to get. And it feels to me like if we can beat Sunderland tomorrow, we're in a good place. And I want to win. Of course I want to win. But honestly, I think this is not, I think the room is not being read on this. I genuinely believe that there is this belief that it's just about results. But it's not. From the very top of the football club, they should be saying this. It's not just about results, mate. It's about performance. Like, we brought you in from Sporting and you were playing really good football. There's a whole season ahead of us. We can't just be sat there against Sunderland at home going, it's about results. Because what about next month? What about December? What about January? At what point is it not going to be about results? At what point is it going to be about the vision? At what point is it going to be about playing better football? It feels like already in this season, we've fallen into this trench of it's about survival. It's about results. And I'm not hearing anything else. So when he was asked about, and obviously you can watch the video with Beth about the actual reactions to the press conference, but one thing that really resonated with me was when he asked about giving belief to the fans, and he said it's not the time to say, it's the time to show. And I thought, no, it is the time to say. I think when I look at Man United, and look, he spoke about the system and how he doesn't think it's the system, and I completely agree. Like, when I look at the press conference, I find it so frustrating so many times because there are so many bad questions that are asked, and it's either bad journalism or they just don't care like we do, because it's about system, it's about this. And I think if I had questions I could ask Ruben Amorim, I would never stop. It would be like, why have you spent £20 million on a goalkeeper and then you're playing Binder in goal, who's making mistakes every week? Why are you playing Maguire and Shaw at the back when you've got Lenny Yoro, who hasn't done anything wrong? Why did you pick Harry Maguire as the last centre-back against a team that's quick on the break? Why are you playing Bruno Fernandes in the midfield when he's making loads of mistakes? Why did you buy so many 10s and not buy a midfielder? Why did you buy so many number 10s and then people like Xerxes, who actually showed some signs of promise last season, can't even get on the pitch? Like, there's just so many questions you could ask before going into bigger questions as well. But I wouldn't be asking him about the system, because for me, Man United is not about the system. I genuinely don't think it is about the system. When I look at the team, maybe we'd play a little bit better with a 4-3-3. I'd certainly play a 4-3-3. That's what I'd prefer. But I don't think it's formational. I think United's big issue at the moment is individually bad performances and mistakes and bad selections by the manager. I mean, his 3-4-3 would be better if he didn't play Bruno in the midfield and he picked Yoro at the back and he put Lamens in goal. So, it's selections and it's also performance. James, who messages the channel quite a lot and normally talks sense, he was saying, when you look at the player ratings, half of the United side each week, at least, are playing with, are below a 6. 6 is average, and half of our team, at least, is below average. So, in effect, every week, we may as well be playing with 10 men. Because if half your team is playing below average, you're basically playing with 10 men. So, when I look at United, I think the big problem is inconsistency, people not turning up, and bad team selections. I don't think it's a system thing. But this is my point. When you're playing like that, when most of your team isn't turning up and then your manager's making poor selections, you're not going to play good football, are you? So you really are just about results. And this is where we've got locked in. As I said, the owners will be results driven because they want to keep Amorim and not look like idiots for appointing him. Amorim is now results driven because he thinks that's the thing that's going to help him stay in a job. And the fans are left there going, I need more than results. I need more than scrapey wins. I know there are games that we are going to lose if we're just going to approach games like this, like we did last week. I need more than that. And I think some United fans would actually sacrifice wins for a couple of draws if the football was better. If I said to you, out of the next 10 games, you can have 6 wins and 4 losses, or out of the next 10 games, you can have a progression towards something with the selections that you like and better football, but it's 4 wins, 3 draws, and 3 losses. Technically, you've got less points, but you've lost 1 less game, and you're playing better football. And I would take that. I've seen 10 years of the roller coaster. I've seen us win trophies, finish 15th, 8th, consistently not qualify for the Champions League and be nowhere near a title. I've seen what Man United focused on results does. It's chaotic. I need to see Manchester United be more than results. Now, many of you would say, well, we don't get the results anyway. Exactly. We're not going to get consistent results. You're right. We won't get consistent results with this approach. We need to see performance. And the manager needs to realise that, because most of his interviews, he talks about it's about results. It's just about winning the next game. It actually is deeper than that. It really is deeper than that. I think he's approaching games now like Ten Hag did towards the end, where it's like, get as many experienced players as I can. It's about the result. And that doesn't serve me as a United fan or you as a United fan, because it's short-termism. It's survival mode. It's not about results. It's about performance. You are in early October and you're looking at results. There's a whole season ahead of you. It has to be more than that. It has to be more than that. Thanks everyone for watching. Early show tonight, quick show tonight, because it's Bundesliga night. It's a cosy, windy night in the UK. So if you fancy joining me on That's Football for that, I'm going to be live just about 7:15. Get yourself over to there. Back in the morning, of course, and it's match day. But get your comments in below. I'm really interested on this. To you, is Amorim right? Is it just about winning games and picking a team to try and win a game? Or do you actually want more than that? I want more than that. I don't think the manager or the club realise it though. I think they've locked into results and forgotten performance. Let me know your thoughts. Speak to you in a bit. Take care. And I'll speak to you in a bit. Said that.